First, I want to say good luck to our volleyball team as they embark on their first round NCAA tournament game versus Delaware. Don Sullivan has done a tremendous job with our program. The growth that program has made individually and as a team is tremendous. I've seen it from practices all the way until this moment, and unbelievable environment for learning, unbelievable environment for teaching, and it's definitely one that I think can continue onto the path that they're taking. This Sunday, we find out where our bowl is for our football team. I want to wish Coach Eli Drinkwitz and his entire staff, all the players and the program, good luck with that. Hopefully, we get a good treat. But as fans, I want us to know we got to support our bowl. We have to be able to go buy tickets. We got to be able to travel wherever we are, put or commissioned to. So hopefully that takes place. To the ACC SEC Challenge, we went 7-7, which is a good stat. But two programs were able to win on the road. That was Georgia winning at Florida State, and obviously the game we played against Pitt, which was a tremendous challenge for us. That's a great basketball team, well coached, and I truly believe they will fight for an ACC championship. So being able to win on the road there is a lift in our program, and we got to just add the consistency to a victory like that. This week we have a tough opponent coming in, Wichita State. Coach Mills has done a great job, obviously at Oral Roberts, and now great basketball tradition, bordering state. We were able to win a game there last year. It went down to overtime at that point. It was an overtime game. And they're playing great basketball, tremendous basketball. And I just want us to understand, we're going to need our crowd. We're going to need our community to come out and support us the best that they can and create a home court advantage.
All right, questions?
You talked a little bit about it after the game, but you guys have played two high major road games. You're about to play your last home game for 27 days. Not many programs do that. Why do you think not many go away from home that much, and why did you choose to do it this year?
Well, we inherit a schedule with Kansas. We inherit a schedule with Illinois consistently. You look at the home and homes that we've had. You look at the new challenge with the ACC that was added to the schedule. I just wanted this year's schedule to be a little bit more difficult. And when I say difficult, challenge the areas that we need challenging in. And I thought the style of play demonstrated such. The other parts of it is the coaching. The coaching that we're facing is great. I believe Memphis is a Sweet 16 team. Very talented. We've seen their production. The same with Minnesota. Minnesota is a great venue to play in. Having a home and home like that is important. You obviously have to increase your scheduling as you have sort of like retention. So I thought we've had enough retention with our guards coming back to be able to go in venues and be able to compete. Didn't know what outcomes would be, but I'm satisfied with where we are. Obviously, Jackson State, Coach Mo Williams have done a great job. That's a good coach. NBA champion. Guys respond to guys who they respect, and they respect them. Also competitors, true competitors. And they came in here and played a great basketball game, not taking anything away from them at all. I have to get better, which I have from that game, and our players have. And that's what seasons allow you to kind of go through. So scheduling is important for us. Playing against different styles is important, and it prepares you for the SEC conference.
Now that you've had time to look back, Tamar and Aiden in the starting five, what did you like that they brought there? Is that something you can see rolling with in the future too?
Well, I'm happy with the outcome. We'll continue to gauge it in our practices. They had a great practice today. The one thing about it, they know in a healthy competition, there's no set starters. They were able to earn that spot. They took those spots, and they made me make a decision to put them in there. Thanks to my other assistant, Sean East, for thinking of the obvious and the analytics matching up with it when I dissected it. It made sense, man, and I just want our guys to continue to understand that complacency is probably something that will continue to get in our way if we don't continue to get better. I don't want Aiden Shaw to be complacent. He had 4 rebounds. He had a 1 rebound every 5-minute average. If he got 2 rebounds, and I can remember 2, a ball bouncing in the mid mid-post area that he didn't get, and then an obvious block out that he didn't get against Federico, that would have put him to 6 rebounds, and it would have put his average from one rebound every 5 minutes to 1 rebound every 3.3 minutes if he had 6. So I'm not complacent with where they are. Tamar Bates was able to get some baskets. I want his defense and rebounding to step up, which I do think his experience allows us to be a little bit better. 2 years at Indiana playing in the Big Ten allows him the comfort on the road where he gives you not only a spark but confidence in that rotation.
When you look at a guy like Sean East, how have you seen his voice maybe grow? Is that something, him texting you like that, giving you that recommendation? Do you think that's something maybe he's grown from last year?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. Last year, he took a back seat and he was trying to find his way. This was his 4th school in 4 years. And now this is his 2nd year, his first time having a 2nd year at a place. And that gives you comfort. That gives you sort of that camaraderie with your coaching staff. And obviously being able to have a voice, but also having guys respond to your voice. He's putting the work behind the scenes. I ultimately believe that his confidence lies in his work and obviously with his teammates understanding everything that he puts into it. I just want him to continue to be comfortable in doing that. The second half of the Memphis game, I challenged him, he disappeared. The next game after that, he disappeared, and I told him, we cannot win ball games with you silent. We cannot win ball games with you not being aggressive. And he's definitely picked up on those things.
You mentioned Jackson State, and for you, what have been the most important parts of your team's response in the game since then, and how they responded to that game?
Yeah, the specifics are how they look at you in the eye after the game, right after the game, after the hurt, right? No one goes out wanting to lose a game, but they give their very best. That's one thing. If they've not given that, there's a sort of emptiness that you see. It goes right into the film session, the debrief and learning. Are they blinking? Are they looking away? Or do they have the positive body language in that situation to do better? Are they addressing what we have identified as the issues, whether it's connectivity, whether it's lack of focus, whether it's putting 40 minutes of basketball together? Is it blocking out? Is it not? I mean, I think ultimately being able to see their responses, their body languages in those situations, how they respond to each other, who's pointing the finger or who's not pointing the finger, and we've not had it. Are they more attentive? Are they more vocal? And those are the things we look for, and those are the things that we identified as things that helped us recover from the Memphis game, recover from the Jackson State game. Without those things happening, I don't think we win in two venues. Being one of 2 teams to win at a Power 5 school on the road, 2 games at least on the road, is a very important stat when you look at the basketball committees understanding how teams separate themselves in the long run. I think that's something that can hold the file open and give us some hope.
Dennis, what are some of the strengths and weaknesses of this team that have maybe changed in your eyes from the start of the season heading into the second month?
You talking about of our team?
Yes.
Strengths and weaknesses. I don't look at anything as weaknesses. I look at our strengths. Every team in the country has a weakness. We have to avoid certain things, and obviously if I gave you the weaknesses, I would be giving a scouting report to other teams, and I'm not going to do that, right? But I just think our strengths are very important to make sure we continue to do the things, play within ourselves, right? That's very important to do. I don't want guys to show the things that they cannot do individually. I want us to have a positive assist-to-turnover ratio. It's still low to me. I think it's too close of a ratio, right? I want more assists, less turnovers. The other thing is having a positive stat on that free throw line. We're not getting to the free throw line enough, and we just gave up 30 plus free throws to our 10, 11. You guys have watched the game, you tell me. We have great referees, but somehow we're not getting to the foul line, and we got to figure that out. The other thing is being able to make shots from behind the arc and not really always settle. I still want to be a 3-point shooting team, but I want guys to be able to take the right shots at the right time, and I think we focused in on that. We got to be better in transition, meaning converting turnovers into layups or fouls, and I don't think we're doing that enough.
Coach, Ronnie DeGray obviously was here. Now he's at Wichita State, but he's still waiting an NCAA transfer waiver. do you have any thoughts on that situation or how transfer waivers work as a whole?
Well, I love all my former players. I still talk to some, whether they have graduated or transferred. I've talked to the kids that have transferred from my time at Cleveland State. Regardless, they're still my former players. They always will be my former players or former students of institutions. Ronnie DeGray, same way. Love Ronnie DeGray, love his family. I'm not aware or sure of what's going on with any NCAA situation, but I wish all my guys luck. Ronnie DeGray is a part of an NCAA tournament team here at Mizzou, and I just want our fans to understand that, and there should be no booing, there should be no negative words said to Ronnie DeGray at all. So Antlers, if you're listening to me, leave Ronnie DeGray alone. He's one of us. He's one of us. He's one of us. He was on a part of our NCAA tournament team, and I'll give him a big hug when I see him.
One last question.
I think Noah took 9 shots at Pitt, and 7 of them were inside the 3-point line. He seemed to start out really trying to work down low. Was that a matchup thing or something that Noah's trying to, be maybe more of an interior focus?
Yeah, Noah's versatile. He's a versatile player, and I just think sometimes because he shoots it so well, he's able to float a little bit behind the arc. He just challenged himself. It wasn't nothing that, I said. It may have been a side conversation with one of his teammates, but he was shooting, I want to say, in the 90th percentile or something like that among 2-point field goals last season. So when you have him and Connor being able to do that over a duration of their careers, it just says that they're versatile and they're good players, and they can also benefit from being in the paint. They can possibly get to the free throw line a little bit more or things like that. So I think that's the veteran in him, recognizing the leadership in him, recognizing what his team needs at the point in time, and he making the effort to make an impact in the game in different ways.
All right, thanks, Coach.